Thanks for having me. Looking forward to this one.
His very best form again during this campaign. He's missed that one. So this is an early opportunity. Potential champions of the future.
Yeah, it's a great.
Well, he's just overcut that one. There's bound to be a few nerves, of course. And it's about trying to handle the occasion as much as
his own backyard, so to speak. And what a season he's had already. One of the form players this season. Winner of... Looks good so far this season, Shaun.
Yeah, of course, the British Open is unique on the sense of getting a lucky draw for Murphy. He beat the likes of Robertson and Trump and Selby. Anthony McGill to win that title at the British Open. And, of course, last season, quite brilliant in winning the Masters.
Yeah, and what it also shows you is how tough it is to remain at the top, because if you're not doing well in the correct tournaments, you can quickly fall out of the top 16. Obviously a Triple Crown event, but no ranking points available, so Shaun wasn't doing well, as I say, in the correct tournaments, and obviously fell down the rankings, but yeah.
The deciding frame to come through. Wang, yet another richly talented player.
You have to start somewhere, and with signing up for a 10-year deal here, we'll expect big things ahead. Overscrewed by a foot and a half. Played that one very, very nicely. Back in perfect position.
Disappears. Otherwise sits on the baulk cushion directly behind the brown.
This is literally the $1 million
all of last season. You've got to think that someone's going to get close.
I hope so. I hope it's me. Knowing that they're probably going to get a few more chances than normal.
In his career, fourth on the all-time list, only O'Sullivan, Higgins and Hendry ahead of him.
I think if I'm right as well, Shaun's made a lot of those 147s.
Yellow behind the blue, then did have one against you.
Don't remind me. Come on. No matter how many you make, there's still that huge buzz that you get on those last few balls. Off a lot of frames in a short space of time, and I played some good snooker to win last year, and maybe wasn't the best in the final, but played really well to beat Mark Selby and then Ronnie, the other best players in the world. A good one.
Well, he's just...
Doesn't want the double kiss. It's a good looking shot here. Got the pace. No better person to learn from in that regard than Peter Ebdon. He's just hit the wrong side of that.
When it was first staged in March of last year. But in the December version, he barely got a look in against Ding in round 2, 4-0, and made a couple of centuries, including a 1-4-3 break. And that can happen in these best of sevens. So 40 foul right at the end of the match when it was already over as a contest. Well, that would certainly have killed the frame off. Ziyad has had a couple of chances in this front. The head coach there, Ronnie O'Sullivan, makes appearances as well and offers coaching advice.
And with just one snooker needed, if he gets a chance. It's a brilliant pot. Nicely on the black. He's got.
This season. That's lovely cueing, typically impressive long. So that red sealing the deal for sure.
He looked good, Shaun, but the balls weren't sitting the easiest. A lot of good positional shots, and he looked in good nick.
He's queuing right now. One of the extraordinary.
It's actually crazy when you think there's been 18 different finalists and only Shaun and Judd, I think, have been in more than one final. So it shows you how wide open the game. What 1 year list in front of you says there.
Just makes it all the more compelling. The pink is academic, the early half-century right corner, but Murphy deposited his own long-range red to kill off any chances of the snookers that his opponent needed. So 1-0 Murphy, the first of 4 to go through. Mark Allen alongside me, of course, as defending champion among those.
It's quite a funny first shot that Shaun had.
Yeah, Murphy was keen to stress, wasn't he, ahead of this match, that the priority has to be £5,000. To put that into context, that's a third more than you get for winning the World Championship right now, for one frame.
I think you have to think of that sort of thing, that you don't want to roll it into the yellow bucket and it could go against the nap and roll up.
15 reds and blacks, but didn't get on the yellow. Zhang Anda potted 12 reds and blacks.
The yellow side of the table. He's played that very, very well. That's a very, very good return from Shaun Murphy. Oh.
The International Championship against Aaron Hill. He's had a couple this season himself, but one of them.
See,
Murphy. He's already made 33 centuries.
until they get moved. It's not the best shot Shaun's ever played. Very, very good recovery. That was not easy at all. It made that to look a lot. He's actually hit the wrong red there as well. 2 lucky shots in a row because he's overscrewed that green by Next red from distance. Yeah, a slight angle. Eyes are deceiving me. Not getting any younger. A few months left. I'm gonna celebrate my 40th with a nice tea party. I'm just not prepared for what ensues the next few days.
Murphy now 40 so-called triple crown of World, UK and Masters when he won his first Masters, a second last season. And only Judd Trump has added his name to that list since. It's a very exclusive club that. And what a wonderful cue action he has.
Yeah, it's hard to know sometimes where it goes wrong. It's, like you say, very smooth, quite a deliberate pause. I think with speaking to Shaun in the past, that's where his problems arise, with a bit of a loop to his action, but he's definitely got it nailed down these last few months for sure. He's looking very, very good. Joy to watch when he's...
Just one or two moments where things could have gone wrong in this break, but Murphy's been able to keep it going and had 14 centuries in the December version of this tournament last year, 16 in the inaugural version. 1-4-3 against Murphy in that whitewash victory.
Might have just enough angle to bring this red out on the side cushion. Nicely played, always had the other one in reserve. Should see.
For his 34th ton of the season. Beautifully played. The British Open champion, Xi'an Grand Prix runner-up. Eventual winner of any given event. 5 times that happened in ranking tournaments. Shanghai Masters final when he lost to Trump. So it took the very best to get the better of him. He's been a winner himself.
Yeah, he played a very good safety, did Ziyad, and Shaun just played a better one in return and put him in all sorts of trouble and created this chance for himself, but hasn't done a lot wrong here in the middle, but he's done what he needed to do. Trick shot at the end. It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
How about that? Behind. Had a couple of chances in the first frame, played, as Mark mentioned, that excellent safety at the start of the second. But Murphy responded with something even better to set up the chance of
getting on the black first, off the first red. Here we go. Attempt number... These short format matches, you're not going to get a lot of chances like Shaun just did for, getting...
He was distracted.
Yeah, I think he got excited there for a second. Understandably so. Not one of Shaun's better after.
It wasn't that far away, but it just caught. that to play John Higgins later in the second round.
In the world, it's going to be very, very difficult from round one.
Murphy's found the plant.
Shaun Murphy. Wow. Miss.
Back spot and the one immediately above the one to be aiming for. Just took a bit of a chance there. Took a bit of a chance there.
Wow.
What a shot. Brilliant recovery. Never touched this.
Thing if you're in Murphy's shoes in this situation, you're expected to win, you're expected to win easily. If you don't, questions are asked, so
21.
there's pressure of it.
And you'll undoubtedly create your own opportunities. Like that, I think that shot there, like I don't think that's a shot Shaun would have taken on against pretty much anyone else in this tournament. Didn't fancy it. Don't blame him. That would have been difficult. He hasn't played a good shot. He have shown a good shot.
One.
How much would it be belt with O'Sullivan in mind later?
I think it's definitely an advantage. Just getting the pace of the table, how the cushions are playing. Yeah, I think it's a huge advantage. Ronnie's going to be going in. It's a sort of double-edged sword. You want to be seeded through a few rounds, like the very top ones are.
16.
But you wouldn't mind a match on the table, expected to win. You know you're going to get chances, so you should get plenty of table time here to warm up for Ronnie later.
Prize of $250,000.
20.
I quite like the format. You get busier and busier as the night goes on.
That was nicely played by Murphy.
20.
He made it in his frame ball. And by and large, it's been a pretty impressive display from the entire season, really. We mentioned how high he is on the one-year list in third place. Got a title under his belt, another runners-up.
30.
Losing out to Mark Williams in
Match. He missed that one black that we were sort of surprised at, but other than that, been very, very good.
Yes, we'll never know. Very solid all-round display.
Not bad in that area, is he?
One.
Well, he erred on a straightforward black at the start of the previous.
Spotted that. Oh, that just scraped in. So he has done slightly better, but... Oh, and he's played that superbly well. That was not easy. I didn't think he could avoid that red. Not sure he's on anything.
Wow.
match-winning chance. And that was a good pot.
Very, very good. Pot a lot of awkward balls. A few loose positional shots here and there, and that's about all we can say. Been very, very match out quickly.
No.
Like to get a bit of rest before he plays Ronnie later on.
Sexy.
Really just one cannon away. Nice angle on the black. Red must go through the gap. See the average shot time there, just 17 seconds. So
30.
confident mood. Get
40.
cue ball in this break's been much better, which meant that he's creating opportunities for other reds to go. That red he just potted cleared it away for this red. He's about to pot. He's just overrun that a little bit. Yeah, good recovery pot.
40.
Just one more red after this yellow to move through, and a showdown with O'Sullivan, who's won their last 5 at Shanghai Masters. Although they've only played once, since scored a couple of big wins over O'Sullivan. Premier League final way back in 2009, the champion of champions, 8 of the 4 today. And I think Murphy
60.
will regard this as a pretty good tune-up. He's just about wriggled that black in off the near jaw and fast, but even to see one of these top players at close quarters having.
Yeah, and you can't be too hard on him because he had a few half chances in frame 1, but other than that, Shaun's been very, very good here. Just shows how tough it is at the top, but hopefully plenty of experience
70.
gained. If he's practicing 8 hours a day and he's got guidance of Nigel Bond and Ronnie O'Sullivan, he'd be back.
Yeah, he's got a wonderful facility. But for Shaun Murphy,
80.
Yeah, one missed black, and the rest has been very, very good. Right for later, like you say.
90.
Good to watch.
13 times a ranking titleist now, Murphy, with that success at the
90.
British. And he's short. Very well played. To entertain, and he's certainly done that on this opening day in Riyadh. A break of 100.